up? I just want to share this with you and hope that it helps. I was in prison for drugs, okay? I broke my wrist skateboarding, and the doctors put me on pain meds for roughly 2 years. They had to do 2 reconstructive surgeries on my wrists, and in doing so I became very dependent upon pain pills, made some bad mistakes, etc., etc. So as I'm getting out of prison at the work release, everybody says, oh man, you're gonna have a really hard time getting a job, Vinny, you got all these felonies, etc. And I know God has a plan for me, so I wasn't hearing any of that. I went out first day, got a job at a restaurant, making about $300 a day on average, doing pretty good for myself. While I was doing that, I went to school for real estate to become a realtor. I passed all my tests, and I found out that in order for me to get my license, I had to go in front of the Florida Real Estate Commission. So I went in front of that Florida Real Estate Commission after passing all my tests, explaining myself to these people. As I walk into the room, it's much like a courtroom. The back of the room is full of realtors with minor infractions. 2 guys came before me to move to the state and move their brokerage. We both had like drinking things or whatever. They were both saying how they didn't do anything wrong and etc. So I got up to the stage. My lawyer presents me, and they say, Vinny Fusco for approval of realtor license with charges of burglary, battery, interfering with a 911 call, trafficking heroin, possession of cocaine with intent to sell, etc., etc. So when I'm walking up to the stage, it sounds like a prize fighter entering in the room, except instead of giving me my stats, they're giving me all the bad stats. So all the realtors in the back of the room for their minor infractions are oohing and ahhing because it doesn't sound very good. So I get up to the stage. I explain to the board members that I got addicted to pain meds because of doctor prescription. I made some mistakes. I tell them how I used to work in real estate when I was younger, and it's something I always loved, and that I had a broker who was willing to hire me. And she raised her hand and said, I've heard enough. She said, all in favor for approval of licensure? Her hand and all other board members shot up like lightning. It was like something out of a Hallmark movie. When I turned around and looked at all the realtors behind me that were oohing and ahhing, they were all standing up clapping. My father and mother, who were so ashamed of the person that I had become using drugs, were sitting right next to me and hadn't been around each other since I was 7, and they got divorced. They're crying because they were so proud of me. And I share this story with you now to tell you, God has a plan for you. God has a divine plan for you, just like he does for me. Don't forget that we love you, that he loves us, that we are all in this together. You are meant for great things. Love you guys. Have a great day.